Holy crap. This thing's fucking noisy. So noisy. I haven't done one of these for ages. Not really sure whether I'm doing this for YouTube anymore or whether I'm just doing this for myself. My hair is such a state. My hair is such a state. Looked at some old videos. Holy moly, my face has changed. I forgot. I forgot what it felt like to be that big now. It's only been 3.5 months. How nuts is that? I'm so glad I made those videos because I can look back and I can remind myself of how far I've come. So, we are end of November 24th today. I weigh 14 stone 9 pounds, 14 stone 10 pounds. When I started my liver shrinking diet, I was, what was I? I was 19 stone 5 pounds. So I have lost 4 stone 9 pounds. I don't know. It's quite a lot of weight. It's quite a lot of weight. Just talking to myself. I decided to look at some of the old videos and holy crap. It's all I can say. Massive, massive difference. So I thought I'd make another video because I haven't done a video for a long time. Yeah, I don't think I'll put this on YouTube. I might put this on YouTube. I might just keep this for myself. You don't want to be on YouTube. I've just got my little tutorial on it. I'm definitely putting it on YouTube now. It's got a tutorial on it. And I've sworn lots. Ha! Hope you're not offended. Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
You smell minty. Taste minty. Yeah. So, 3.5 months, 4 stone 9 pounds. It has been a crazy journey. I had a nightmare. Basically, I've had a nightmare. I didn't tell work. Well, I did tell work. I told my boss, and I told the person that deals with planning the work in my company that I was having surgery. I thought that I could get away with 2 weeks off work. Now, bearing in mind, I do a fairly intense job. I'm teaching, essentially, so I'm in front of a class all day, or doing loads of paperwork and headachy stuff. Now, it's not a physical job. I used to be on the tools. I used to repair people's boilers, so that was much worse. But teaching people to do a physical job is still fairly physical, and I thought that 2 weeks after surgery I'd be fine to go back. I wasn't. Like, if you're considering trying to keep this operation stumm and just taking a couple of weeks off work and then rocking back and being like, oh, hi guys, I'm doing really well on my diet, look how much I'm losing, and trying to palm off your amazing results on sheer willpower, first of all, people are going to suss out pretty quickly when you're losing more than a stone a month that something else is up. I got asked when I went back to work, I got congratulated because they thought I'd had a baby. I was like, no, I was just really quite rotund. And I was, at the lower end. My BMI was bang on 40, so I was quite early in getting my surgery. And I actually had the anaesthetist, as I was in my hospital gown, waiting to be called into surgery, tell me that he didn't think I should do it, which, let me tell you, when you've psyched yourself mentally and purged your body physically for several weeks to do that, and then get told, well, I don't think it's a good idea, maybe you should try dieting. I was like, well, I did try dieting, and look where it's got me. It's like 19 and a half stone. So, no, I'm gonna, I made this decision for a reason, and I'm investing this money, for a reason. Oh, anyway. Um, I've completely forgotten where I was going with this. Yeah, work. I didn't tell anyone. When I went back to work, I ended up taking 5 weeks off work. So I had 2 weeks on annual leave that I'd booked. And then as that 2 weeks finished, I was like, I'm not ready. I felt sick all the time. I felt ill and achy and tired. I couldn't put a bra on. I was like, I'm not ready to return to work. No one told me how rubbish I'd feel. I felt rubbish. Sick, just really sick all the time. Nothing was horrible. And you got to stab yourself with your injector. I had to inject myself for a week after surgery with blood thinners, which was pretty grueling as well. So when I went back to work after being signed off for a further 3 weeks by my doctor, which was a palaver in itself, the people at my work noticed that I was changed, wanted to know why I'd had a further 3 weeks off and that they hadn't seen me in more than a month, and were generally pretty curious. So I lasted about a week before I went and told everyone, and I just kind of did it, almost cried. It was quite emotional, really, but I found that the support I got was really good. And then, rather than everyone just thinking I was a sick note and just like whining about how sick I felt all the time, that I had a genuine reason to feel sick all the time, and it wasn't just me going, oh, my belly hurts. It was like, no, I feel pretty rubbish. So if you're thinking of having this surgery and you're thinking of how long you need to recover, I'd say at least a month. Sorry if that messes up your schedule, but you're gonna feel pretty horrible afterwards. Not that negates the positives of the surgery, because my mobility is vastly improved, energy levels fantastic, and my nausea, I don't get a lot of it anymore. Still sometimes feel sicky, but 3.5 months after surgery, I would imagine that's pretty normal. And I've not been the greatest in terms of drinking my water, it took me a while to kind of get on top of taking my tablets, drinking my water, having my protein. I started kind of working on my tablets, so nailed tablets now. I'm sorted. I don't miss them. I've got little, kind of like elderly people have. No, that's really bad. Sorry. But you know how people have those like pill trays? I got a pill tray. On a Sunday, I sort all my pills out for the week, and I'm good to go for the week. And I've got reminders on my phone set. Water, I'm abysmal at water, but I found that the less I drink, the worse I feel. So if I keep hydrated, I generally feel 10 times better than if I don't. But I really don't like the taste of water. I've actually started, and I've got it next to me, I've started putting honey in hot water. I've not found that it's caused me dumping, touch wood, yet. I only put a tiniest bit in there, but it kind of makes it palatable, and it's freezing horrible cold outside now, so the warm water and honey, it kind of feels quite luxurious. I've been finding as well that now that I can't eat or really drink anymore, hot baths, I love hot baths. That's my new kind of sin. It's not really a sin, so win-win. Protein. I didn't hit my kind of 60-70 grams of protein a day for quite a while, so I think I ended up losing a fair bit of muscle mass. So I've just started working on that, because I was feeling weedy all the time. My immune system, again, because I work in a college, appalling. Like I got cold/flu. I was knocked out for a week. I go to work for a week, So my work colleagues are really hating me now. My sickness this year has been appalling. So just look after yourself. Dumping. I thought that I had dodged the bullet with dumping, had tried loads of different things, had really been pushing. I'd been eating chocolate, not in large quantities, but I'd tried chocolate. I'd eaten pizza, had a slice of pizza. I've been pushing the boundaries, trying things out because I'm an idiot. Overall, I found that all the foods that I used to really enjoy now make me feel quite sick. I don't enjoy them. They taste weird, or they taste unpleasant, greasy, whatever. I found that healthy foods are much more appealing and make me feel much better in myself, which is great, which is really good, because it encourages you to eat healthy. But occasionally you will, someone will be there with pizza. You go, oh, let me try some of that. That looks really delicious. So I'd kind of got away with no dumping for a really long time, for 2.5 months, I'd say. And then about a month ago, I got my first episode of dumping, and I'd eaten quiche and I'd had a Freddo that afternoon. So I put it down to the Freddo. The dumping was horrendous. It was really awful, and I don't know whether that was because I'd not had it before, or because I didn't know what was going on. I thought that I had back cramps. It started, and I know everyone's different, it started with me, my back started to really seize up and go crampy, and I was like, oh, my back feels really stiff. And then I was kind of walking around, and then I got this really sudden urge to be sick. Got this really strong urge of nausea. Tried to be sick, nothing. Hadn't eaten in hours, so I was like, I'm heaving, nothing's coming up. But the more I heaved, the more I felt ill, the more my stomach hurt. I was rolling around. I was like, oh, it hurts, I feel awful, that's rubbish. Tried to when I realised it was dumping, I tried to maybe get it out the other end. No, it wasn't happening either end. And I eventually just lay down on the bed and, like some sort of upside down turtle, just put my hands and legs in the air and just kind of tried to breathe through it. And after about 5-10 minutes, which seemed like eternity, and I genuinely at this point was thinking, I've heard people pass out. Can I pass out just to get over with this? I didn't pass out, but eventually it went away gradually, and then I got really shivery. My other half had a little mini freak out, was ready to call the ambulance, but it was fine. I was really shaken afterwards because I didn't expect it to be as bad as it was, but the other couple of times I've had dumping since then haven't been anywhere near as bad, and I think that me faffing around for so long when it first started, rather than just assuming the turtle position on the bed and breathing through it, if I'd done that straight away, like I did the other couple of times, I would have worked. I would have been much better. But I didn't do that because I'm an idiot. Well, I didn't know what to do. So if it happens to you, that worked for me, so maybe it'll work for you. I don't know, who knows. Have a bucket nearby, because I've also found in turtle position, the other couple of times I had dumping, turtle position, and then quite suddenly your mouth goes all salty saliva and you're like, I'm going to spew, and you want something to spew into, even though chances are you won't actually physically spew, it'll just be kind of like saliva. It'd be like non-spew. It'd be, considering how rubbish you feel, you want to spew, because spew would make it make sense, rather than just like, there, it's water. There we go. Less messy, I guess. Every cloud. So yeah, my dumping's been weird as well. I can't pinpoint what it is that's causing it. The first time I was like, well, surely it was a Freddo. But then the second time I had dumping, all I'd had all day was salad and quiche. So then I was like, wow, both times I had dumping, I almost said a rude word then. Both times I'd had dumping was after quiche, so that must be quiche, so I won't touch quiche anymore. And then it happened again on last Friday. I was at my friend's house, and I'd eaten healthy all day. I was having a cup of coffee, and I was like, whoa, my back's gone crampy. Guys, I don't want to alarm you, but I think I'm about to start dumping, which I also want to say for the record is not a good name for it. It doesn't sound nice, so I'm rebranding it Cramp Attack. I'm having a cramp attack, which doesn't really sound much better, but it sounds less like I'm about to shit myself. So I'm going with that. Yeah. I've waffled. It's 15 minutes. I'm going to put this on YouTube. God help you if you've still watched it to this point. I'm probably going to watch this back one day and go, what was I thinking? But that is my advice so far, from what I can remember, without waffling too much, on my gastric bypass journey. I'll make more videos soon, and I've made it sound awful. I still don't regret it, like not even the tiniest bit. I'm just talking about the bits that I heard no one else talk about. I'm sure people have talked about it, but I seem to kind of bypass that and have quite maybe a glossy version. So if that helps you at all, fantastic. If it puts you off doing this, apologise. Yeah. Stay classy.